And welcome back everybody, I'm Scott, here at the Bricks. Let's go to review, and today we're looking at DC Comics Superheroes 76052 Batman Classic TV Series Batcave. Released in 2016, it only ran for about a year, with its run ending in 2017. It consists of 2,526 pieces for an original sale price of $269.99. Today's price can be a $198 to $220 to up to $300 and $400. I paid about $310, which I actually got it for $100 with some trade-ins at my local Atlanta brick company. It includes up to 3 vehicles and 9 minifigures, all of which are included and exclusive to the set, except for, well, the Batmobile, which we got that later on with a Redux version a few years later. As you can tell, this set takes its inspiration mainly from the 1960s Batman TV series. Minifigures coming at you first. Here we have all 9 with a dynamic duo and his rogue gallery of villains, plus Alfred to throw in the mix. TV's Adam West coming up first as Bruce Wayne and Batman. Bruce Wayne figure includes the ascot and button-down shirt made famous by Bruce Wayne in the show. Very similar to the show's outfit actually. Printing on the back and front torso. No printing on the legs, sadly. Nothing much really there. With also has a double printed head here, which you take off the hair piece like that. And he has a surprise face and a calm face right there. Up next is Batman in his 1966 outfit, which is pretty good. He has a dual face printed head here, which is a lot darker than the actual Bruce Wayne face, which is weird that it's different like that. White headband, so you can put the cowl right over the eyes. Cowl looks amazing, fits well too. Looks just like the 1966 one, which kind of bothers me too sometimes because you think about it, he actually has his eyes, not a white eyes in that series. He has a cape, he has his dual printed torso right here with a gold plated belt, which I really enjoy. He also has 2 accessories here. He has the Batarang, which you are given a lot of, and I have them all over the place. And I also get a grappling hook, which is extremely long and useful to scale the size of the manor. And that's pretty much it. Next is Dick Grayson here with the pulled over sweater torso print, which is in the front, and then on the back as well. Nothing really spectacular, kind of basic. He has the same leg pieces as Bruce Wayne, nothing special, no printing on that one. He also has dual printed face, which once you take the hairpiece off, you have the I can do attitude and the holy gosh Batman on the back, which is just fantastic. And next up is the Robin figure, which is awesome. Look at this dual molded arms for the sleeves here, amazing. Look at the print on the legs with his tights. Look at the cape here, and look at this wonderful torso printing with the red and the gold inlays. I love it. It continues in the back here, which just looks just fantastically awesome. Has dual printed face once you take the hair off here. One in the front, one in the back. Look at that, holy gosh. And I think it's an awesome Robin figure. Can't beat it. Up next is a very basic Alfred Pennyworth. He has a white hairpiece on top, dual printed face when you take that off, and he has the stern face here, and then the happy face right here. Has printing on the torso here and on the back, and just basic legs. Really nothing else to talk about for this one. Let's move on. Up next we have the clown Prince of Crime Joker himself in this fantastic dark pink suit. Look at that printing on the top, the bottom with the pinstripes, wonderful. Printing in the front, printing in the back, and then of course on the legs, which just kind of ties everything together. Fantastic enough. He also has a same hair piece as Alfred, but green, and double printing on the face. You have his woohoo face right here. And then on the back side, you have his menacing smile, which is just fantastic. Gotta love that print on it. Comes with 2 accessories, acid or Joker gas, and then a handcuffs on the other one. That's pretty much it for the figure. I also like to point out that I really love that they keep the, if I get this on there, I really love the Cesar Romero mustache they keep with the figure, which is just fantastic. Here we have the Riddler in his 60s outfit, kind of a basic design realistically here. You have dual printing on the front and back, which is the emblem for the Riddler, plus his belt, which wraps around. Also includes some very generic legs, which doesn't have any printing or anything on it. He does have a dual printed face here. Once you take the hairpiece off, he has a smiling face, and then he has, ooh, I've been busted face, which is just nice to have that inclusion. Once you have the hairpiece back on, he does come with a accessory. He has the TNT. I put both in his hands because I like it, but he only comes with one. Second to last here is the Penguin, who is rocking some wonderful kid legs to give him the height disadvantage that he has in the show. I really like that a lot. He does have a printed torso with the tuxedo at the front and the back, a lot of detail there. And he only has a one single printed face on the front here, no cigarettes, which is kind of lame, and which I just kind of wish they added a lot in there. But his Lego, for example, he does come with a top hat here, as you can tell. It is purple, which is fantastic, and a constructed umbrella for his item, which is awesome. And lastly, we have Catwoman here, who has this rockin' 60s hairdo, which I think is fantastic. It's a nice 60s cut with the cat ears on the top. I mean, it's just, it really pulls everything together and does a real good job of really bringing out the Catwoman. It has a dual printed face here with the mask, and on the other side without the mask, like she usually does in the show. On the body here, we have a wonderful printed torso with the gold on the black, and you have it on the back as well. She's actually really rocking. Look at those hips. Look at that indentions right there. Really sculpted well. Very attractive. Comes with a whip for her weapon, and also comes with a cat, which I think is pretty dope. Moving on to vehicles now, we have the Batmobile from the 60s series, and its first version ever made, really long when compared to the second version on the wheelbase, has a dark bluish gray car frame on the bottom here, which kind of breaks up the red and the black trim color scheme of the car, which kind of kills it. Stickers on the side for the bat symbol. You have the bat face and the stud shooters on the front for playability. Can fit up to 2 figures in a highly detailed cockpit. Overall, it's just kind of clunky. As you can see, it's not really curved at all. That really kind of breaks up and doesn't really come out as smooth. A lot of exposed studs on the top here, so not very smooth as the second version either. There's a lot of things going on here that they later improved on, so this feels more like a mock than an actual, better Lego version of the Batmobile. Next up is the Batcopter, which is well designed, coming with that iconic white and red color scheme. It looks the part of the Bell 47 model helicopter design and adds those wonderful Batwing additions, which just makes it unique and makes it, well, the Batcopter. It is an okay depiction of the on-screen version, but this tail fin on top should be on the bottom, which is an inaccuracy to the film version. This set comes with 4 stickers here, one on the fuselage, one on this side for the tail fin. Turning around here, we have one more on the fuselage and one more on the last tail fin, which ties up nicely for details. Switching up focus to the cockpit here, it only has 1 seat, which the actual Bell 47 has 3, so tough luck for Robin, he's not fitting into this one. It comes with a clear dome and a printed bat face on the top, which just wraps it up nicely. Plus you have spinning capabilities, and that's pretty much it for the Batcopter. And onto our last vehicle, we have the Batcycle Mark 1, which was only included in 1 episode of the first season, surprisingly, which was later replaced by the Mark II version, which we more famously know. This is a basic Lego motorcycle model type 3 with a silver bike frame to create the Harley that was used for the original bike, which is also includes a sidecar for Robin, which he can fit there just nicely. The only thing that makes it really unique would be this bat wing right in the middle. Kind of just fits the motif of the Batman and his color scheme of the red and black right there on the front of the sidecar. Other than those details, it's pretty much a very forgetful addition to this set. Moving on, we look at the Bruce's Manor section of the Batcave, which has 3 playable areas, and the first section we're looking at is the brick section right here, which has some wonderful foliage on the side, wonderful brick and tile work, and it also includes 4 windows for playability. You have some studs right here on the bottom, as you can see, where you can place your characters at while they're grappling onto the set. With this section, you have the 4 windows, which sadly do not open up, so you can't have your guests' appearances popping out while the Cape Crusaders crawl up the manor. Moving towards the top section of the set here, we see this very horribly detailed looking roof section, which just kind of pop open, not really put in place very well. Has the antenna, has some working there, but it has a nice catwalk on the top, which I think is the bee's knees. You have Catwoman's cat right there, and that's pretty much it for the outside of the manor. On the other side here, we have the library where Bruce enters to the Batcave. You have this nicely detailed 1x4 wallpaper printed pieces which line the walls here. You have 2 photos of Martha and Thomas. Martha has red in these black and white photos, just doesn't make any sense, as you can see right there. This area includes also a lot of other details such as trophies, a globe, and that wonderful sticker piece of the Mr. Freeze file on the desk. You also have the bat phone and the activation button, which is secretly hidden here to get into the Batcave. All you have to do is flip this over, push the sticker piece, and slide this bookcase over to reveal the poles for Bruce and Dick, which are labeled wrong. And onwards to the bottom of the set here, we have the two golden poles, which will be where our dynamic duo will slide down. They are held here with a Technic piece platform, which is kind of flimsy. Wish I had a 1x8 to hold it together. And all you have to do to get them to go down the poles is simply just push the Technic piece down. And here they come straight down, which I think that is just simply awesome and my favorite part of the set. The rest of the set is pretty much all built up of sand yellow and brick yellow pieces, which just give off the rest of the aesthetic of the cave, plus all the wonderful bat pieces, which just really ties it together. And here we have the second part of the Batcave, which houses the wonderful atomic pile and the bat computer, plus a wonderful assortment of other bat gadgets, which are all just kind of jammed in here. As you can see, it's kind of a tight squeeze. I had to put the filing cabinets here, which are on top of the atomic pile, just so I can get them onto the set. Included in these, I have some batterings and printed pieces, which I just couldn't find a home for. The rest of these loose pieces include a chair and some wonderful lab equipment, which can't fit in there. As you can tell, it's already kind of jammed full, but here are some other various bat gadgets that I have. Starting off, we have the Bat Truth Detector here with the stickered pieces. On here, we have another one, which is the C-Circuit Relay, which is like a radar, I believe, from the Batman movie. And then over here, we have the Batmobile Relay Relocator, I believe is what it's called as well. And then you have some two other ones over here, which are kind of repeats themselves. All these are stickered pieces. Here you just have more doodads labeled, just kind of like the TV series itself. On the other side here, we have some other bat gadgets with other pretty much stickered pieces, which is all kind of fit snug on the sides. Oops, oh, can't have that one out there going. Highly detailed with wonderful printed pieces and sticker pieces like this one right here, which shows off the atomic pile warning label, which I really enjoy. The whole set is just a lot of clutter. It's a lot of things around. You can't really put any minifigures inside of here. As you see, Robin can barely squeeze through here, so you're going to have to put him on top of the atomic pile, which is kind of not sturdy. These poles are not sturdy as well, which kind of wobble, and that's pretty much all you can do with this section. And moving on here, we have the last part of the Batcave. It is the garage, which has the Batcopter landing pad on top, which you can just take that off right there. And on the bottom here, we have the garage section, which has the Batmobile on this wonderful ramp piece, which just kind of rolls right out. This thing is really long. It barely kind of fits in there, which is, you can kind of see by the dimension. But if we move the Batmobile out of our way, we can get some more detail right here in the middle, which really isn't a lot. I have a landing pad on the top, which has two sticker piece, which combines together. Try my best here, so sorry about that, but it does look fantastic, and it fits there very sturdily. You can also put the bat cycle right in the middle, and that's pretty much it. All three of these can be connected together with the help of the Technic peg and axle pieces here on the sides. All you have to do is just slide them in together. Sometimes you'll take these rock formation pieces off, and I just don't think these are sturdy enough when connected. As you can see, this kind of wobbles. It doesn't really connect very well. I think if we would have the normal connecting pegs here instead of these axle ones, then it would do a better job of keeping them together. And pretty much when you have all three of these together, you will have it looking just like this, which is a completed Batcave. And to switch things up, you can also change it out however you want it to be. You can move these pieces around and fully customize your Batcave to your liking. You can move left to right, right to left. You can switch the manner around so the outside's looking this way. Yeah, you can do whatever you please with it, with the connectivity that it has. And I think that's really cool. And honestly, my biggest problem with this set are really found on my own expectations. I was hoping for this detail and larger set build, but besides the manner, it all just kind of seems to fall flat in these categories. I wish it was a little bit bigger so that I can hold all these awesome additions such as the bat cycles and bat equipment, but it's just kind of small. The box art makes it seem larger, but really it's all just extra stuff that makes it feel fuller and more interesting than it actually is, which I guess is accurate as the actual on-screen Batcave is pretty small. I do have some complaints about the build process, mainly with the manner. The outside walls are tricky to line up when you are putting the windows together. The instructions are a little off, so you have to do trial and error when putting on the faceplates. But once those faceplates are on, they don't connect very well, and it leaves some gaps to be seen, which is kind of annoying. Besides this, it remains sturdy and well built. I do wish the Technic mechanism for the bat pole was more efficient, as I stated earlier. They could have made this easier to use with the addition of a trigger or a button for a quick release to help with the play function better. Plus, I think the sliding, the bookcase could have been just done a little bit more professionally. I don't like that it's kind of wonky and has to be lined up perfectly, but it always just does the job. Lastly, I just don't care much for the Bat Cycle, and I wish they made the Mark II version instead, and that it had a better area, a more separate area for it to store it than just the one garage space. And that pretty much wraps up our review of the LEGO DC Comics Superheroes Batman Classic TV series Batcave 76052, which I think is a nostalgic callback to the classic 1966 series and pays homage to the dynamic duo and their lasting legacy. Although I feel this is a hard sell for most due to the appeal of the series, it is still a great addition to any Batman fan, but mainly hardcore Batman fans with LEGO collections. I wish it was bigger to support the vast amount of additions this set includes, but overall, its attention to detail from the show, the minifigure lineup, and its ability to stay true to the 1966 Batman TV show aesthetic makes this a nice addition to the Batman LEGO collection. As always, that's Scott, those are the bricks, and that was the review. Thank you for the support and for everything you guys do. Comment for whatever set you would like to see, and let me know how you feel about this set. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, a big old fat thanks!